Hey, welcome back to my live channel. Um, as you guys know, I am super horrible with doing updates on this particular channel. I've been really focusing all of my time on my sex coaching channel, which you can find at, if you type in Sensual Innovations, it should come up and you'll see the channel that I've been focusing so much attention on lately. But I figured I had been getting some questions about the surgery, the TMJ surgery that I had a year ago. So I figured I'd do a year update on that surgery and the results and from what I can remember, because it's been a year. Anyway, so yeah, it's been a year since I had my TMJ surgery. The reason I got the surgery in the first place was because I had an accident during combatives while I was in the military, and I hit my face on the ground on a pad while we were rolling, and I hit my face on the ground. And from that day forward, like my jaw, well, first of all, my jaw was very sore, and it got really stiff, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't open my mouth. And it kind of scared me a little bit, but as the days went on, I kind of like exercised it to try and get the muscles to open back up, but my jaw was never the same. I started getting like clicking, popping sounds right here from this side of my jaw every time I would open my mouth, and it was embarrassing. Like I would go to kiss my partner and my jaw would pop, or we were in the middle of having an intimate moment and my jaw would pop. So it just made me really, just really subconscious about the whole thing in the first place. So not only was I subconscious about it, but then like there were certain things that I couldn't eat. Like I couldn't open my mouth all the way to eat certain fruits and stuff like that. I couldn't participate in fellatio. Like that was because it was too painful. My jaw was too sore to even try and open my mouth. It was hard. So I decided that with my surgeon, of course, that the benefits of actually getting the surgery outweighed, what could go wrong. And my surgeon explained, he was really nice. He explained to me that what they were going to do, which was cut down the mandible on both sides and kind of like let the body reset the jaw on its own. So I went in a year ago. I had that surgery done. I don't remember exactly how long the surgery was, but I from what I can remember, it was either from about 2 to 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. But I don't remember exactly how long the surgery was. But I do remember waking up from the surgery, and I woke up and I had a panic attack in the recovery center little area that I was in. And it was horrible because I couldn't open my mouth. My mouth, they had already wired it down shut. So when I woke up, there was no like trying to open my mouth and breathe. I had to get all the oxygen through my nose, and it was horrible. Anyway, so I had a panic attack when I woke up, and I had to change my diet for that time, of course, because I couldn't like eat anything. Everything had to be liquefied, and I mean like super liquid, because even like potato soup, you would think, oh, it's potato soup, you should be able to, no. Because my teeth were so tight together, like little pieces of food, like if I would blend up strawberries, the little seeds in the strawberries would get stuck in my teeth. Like it was bad. So I had to like do broth and just straight liquids like milk, water, juice, stuff like that. And then in order to take the pills, because I was still on different medications, I had to have a pill crusher and a pill cutter. So you got the little pill grinder. I don't know if I still, let me see if I still have it. Okay, so here's the pill cutter that I had, and yes, I still have it because it was just a good investment, and hey, why not? But anyway, so this was the pill cutter to kind of cut like the bigger pills that I had to take, to cut those down, and then I would take it and put it in a pill crusher, and it was the one where you twist, and then I would, like, you know, twist it down so that I could take the pureed or the you know, the powder form of it and put it in like my water or my juice or something like that, and drink my medicine. It was fucking disgusting. Some pills you cannot crush, like capsule pills, depending on if they're like time released or something like that. If they're time released pills, you can't crush those. You just have to you have to request a powder form of the medicine. But for the most part, the pills that have that little line down the middle of them, you can cut those and crush them and whatever. But for the ones that you can't, either get it in powder form or try and get it in liquid form. It's probably going to be nasty as fuck, but you'll be able to take the medicines. What else? Let's see. When I went through that whole thing, I would get frustrated. So I lost a lot of weight because just after a while, I just didn't want to eat anything. Like, it was so frustrating to try and eat and try and keep my teeth clean. Every time, you know, I would eat something would get stuck in it. So I just didn't want to eat anymore. Like, I would just drink a lot of stuff. So I lost a lot of weight. And as far as oral hygiene is concerned, okay, so let me tell you what happened. All right. So the wires that were on my mouth, okay, so what they do is they give you this little cutter. They give you, I don't think I still have it, but it's an emergency cutter they give you. You have to wear it on a string, on a lanyard. And you have to wear the lanyard all the time, like everywhere you go, because the ideal is if you pass out or if there's an emergency or something and you need those wires off, whoever is around to help you can cut the wires off and for your jaw. But he made sure to tell me that having to throw up is not an emergency. He said just swallow it. And I thought that was so disgusting. Thank goodness I didn't have to throw up during that time though, because I was wired shut for about 6 weeks. But anyway, so it was time for my wires to come off, and I was so ready for them to come off that I ended up taking my own wires off because, okay, so what happened was I was supposed to go in and get them taken off. I don't know what happened with him, but he wasn't there when I showed up to get them taken off. And I had to wait the entire weekend and have them taken off that next Monday. And I was just like, no, I'm ready. So I went home and I used my little wire cutter. Don't try this at home. I used my little wire cutter and I cut them all off. It was really hard though, because what you learn is as you're cutting them, they really do take wires and they stick them in between your gum and your teeth. And after 6 weeks of wires being in your gums and your teeth, now your gums have started to grow around the wires. So it's harder to just pull the wires out, and it really is painful. But I was so determined that I didn't care. I took it all out. I'm bleeding and everything. Like, it was bad, but I got them out. And when I got to the office, he was like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. He was like, well, let me check your gums and make sure you've gotten all the wires out of your gums. He was like, oh my gosh, you got them all out. So I did his job for him. I should have got paid for that, but I was happy. They were out. My mouth felt weird. I had this black film on my tongue. It was really disgusting. So apparently when you You can't brush. So remember, I hadn't brushed my tongue for like 6 weeks. All I could brush was the outside of my mouth. I couldn't get in under my teeth, and I couldn't get my tongue. So whatever I ate created some black, nasty film on my tongue. Even though I was using the mouthwash that they gave me. I guess it just wasn't good enough. But anyway, so I did that. I got that nasty crap off my tongue. And my mouth was even more harder to open after the surgery. So that range of motion that I had was very small. And they gave me exercises to do to make sure that I could use my mouth again. So like I would have to do that a few times. And there was this measuring thing that they give you, and you have to measure how wide your mouth can open now. My mouth didn't open very wide for a couple months afterwards, and then gradually I started getting the range of motion of my mouth back. But after that, I can tell you, my jaw still hurts. It's still tight. The muscles are still tight around my jaw. Not like before, but it's almost like you can tell that your muscles have been cut through. Yeah, you can tell that your muscles been cut through because it's like they mend back together and they're tight, you know? What else? During the healing process, actually, the sutures on the inside of my mouth on this side actually came apart. So I had a hole in my jaw for a while after the wires came out. I had a hole. I ended up having to eat on this side of my mouth and just not eat on that side, because every time I would eat something, food would get into the hole. I'd have to go rinse my mouth out. You know, it was just really, ugh. And I could feel the inside of my jawbone. It was wild because it was a hole. So I stuck my finger in the hole to see what I could feel, and it was like the whole side of my mouth. Like, okay. So I asked them if, if we needed to sew it shut, and they were like, no, it would mend back together. And it did. But anyway, so afterwards, yes, my jaw still hurts. No, it doesn't pop anymore. It doesn't pop anymore. But when I chew, like, let's say I'm eating, like, trail mix or something like that, when you have to chew those nuts down, like, a lot, my jaw muscles get sore. They get really tired a lot faster. Even so, I can open. I have about the same range of motion, maybe actually a little bit more than before, but I still cannot open my jaw all the way up, all the way open, without having the sense of pain. So fellatio is, it's hard to do, but I can manage to do it for a few minutes, and then after that, then my jaw hurts. So, that's that. But no one can tell that I've had surgery on my jaw. Swelling went down and everything like that. Yes, it's still sore. If I overuse my mouth. Oh, and they did, on my way home, when they were giving me medicine and stuff like that, they had to create a mold in my mouth in order to give me a retainer that was supposed to keep my teeth together in a certain, keep my jaw and all that in a certain way. And if, like, let's say you skipped a night, I was supposed to wear it every night. And let's say you skipped, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days of wearing it. When you put it back in, it'd be tight because your teeth starting to move. So if they give you a retainer, you have to wear the retainer every night. And you have to keep it wet, because if it gets dried out, then it doesn't work as much like it should. At least that was how it was explained to me. You have to keep it moist and clean, because they give you a little case to put it in. I don't know if I still have that. Anyway. They give you a little case to put it in. You're supposed to wear it every night. Eventually, I stopped wearing it because I stopped grinding my teeth. So that was another thing, a reason why it was sore. You know, leading up to the surgery was because I was a teeth grinder. After the surgery, I could tell that I was grinding my teeth because my teeth would be, you know, after the wires came off, my jaw would be sore when I wake up in the morning, so I knew I was grinding my teeth. So, I mean, just, was the surgery worth it? Yes. For me. Even though my jaw's still sore, like, you know, after overworking it, of course, like, just on a normal day basis, my mouth is fine. But I can still feel the tightness from the sutures on it. And so I mean, I've gotten used to it, so it's not a big deal. I don't have the headaches anymore from my jaw. I don't have the clicking anymore. So for me, it was worth it. For me, it was worth it. So yeah, anyway, I will try and continue to give updates. I'm so sorry that I've been such a horrible person with this. I think I'm going to start trying to use the live function on the YouTube channel, because I'm just horrible about taping videos and then posting them. Like, I have videos that I've taped that I haven't posted yet because I just don't like editing videos. I don't like it. Anyway, but I'm definitely going to post this one right now because somebody asked me the other day, how are you doing? So this was for you, and I hope I answered all your questions. If you have any more questions about the TMJ surgery that I got a year ago, post your questions below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, the pill cutter, the pill grinder, and any other little things that I might have used that really did help me out with the recovery of my surgery, I'm going to leave links to the different things that I use down there, like where you can go and get the exact, because some pill like grinders are a piece of shit. And I went through a few of them before I found one that was really good. And I mean, it really got the pills like crushed and powdered. You know what I'm saying? Because when you are trying to get pills into your water so it dissolves, it matters that your pills are super grinded, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave links to the items that I used, the cutter, the powder thingy, and if there's anything else that I remember that I used that I didn't say in this video, I'll also leave that down in the description area. Well, again, I hope this helped you, and if you have any questions, post. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and check out my other channel. It's a sex coaching, Sensual Innovations. Just type that in. I don't know if this channel's linked to it, but just type in Sensual Innovations. Sensual, SENSUAL, Innovations, INNOVATIONS. And I will check you later. Bye. Thanks for coming today.